What's going on, my friends? This is Joe Dickinson, and happy 2020. This is the first video I'm shooting of 2020. I'm super excited to be doing that. My goal is to inspire and motivate you to make this your best year yet. So here's the deal. As of recently, kicking into the new year, I've set myself a little bit of a goal to wake up an hour earlier every single day, and it's made a massive shift in my life. I've talked about this before, and you might say, thanks, Joe, for the breakthrough thought, but here's the deal. Here's 4 reasons why I want to challenge you to wake up an hour earlier starting tomorrow. Just do it. It's not that big of a deal, right? So number 1, when you wake up an hour earlier, immediately you feel accomplished because you're doing something that you don't usually do. That's a good thing to do, right? We might do some things that we don't usually do that's bad, and then you don't feel accomplished or you feel guilty. You don't want to do that. But when you wake up an hour earlier, immediately you're like, man, all right, I'm doing something that you know is productive, that you know is going to help you level up. So do it. Immediately you put yourself into a good state of mind because you feel accomplished. Number 2, the world hasn't woken up yet. Now that depends on when you're waking up, right? If you usually wake up at 10 and now you're waking up at 9, you might want to get up a little bit earlier and start trying to go to sleep a little bit earlier. That's up to you. Some people are night owls. I get that. But here's the deal. When you wake up when the world is awake already, you get hit immediately with distractions. What do most of us do? Pick up our cell phone, start checking things, and we become reactive. We're not proactive in our decisions. We're reacting to what people are saying, what they're posting, etc. So if you can get up before the world is up, right, you can start being proactive because you're not as distracted. All right, so that's reason number 2. Reason number 3, I love this one. Your brain is operating at 10.5 wave cycles per second. That means you're most impressionable in those moments. So if you start thinking creatively, if you start setting goals, if you start getting to work on things that you want to start working on because you've picked up extra time, your brain is going to be most impressionable and optimal at that level. So wake up and get it done early. Even if you're a night owl, just try and shift it. I'm not saying you have to. This might not be the best model for you, but you never know unless you try, right? And then reason number 4, you can get ahead on things that you know you must do. So if there's things that you usually do at 10, 11, 12 o'clock, noon time or so, you might be able to start doing those in the morning so you get ahead. Your day becomes less stressful. And all it takes is 1 hour. Then what if you went to 2? What if you went to 3? I'm not saying you have to go for the whole enchilada right now, but if you focus on just an hour earlier, you'd be amazed, if you're anything like me, how much more you can get accomplished and how much better you really feel. And ultimately, if you're going to sleep at 2 or 3 in the morning and then you say, well, I can't get up an hour earlier, I'm going to cut my sleep to 5 hours. Well, you got to start somewhere so then you fall asleep earlier that next night, right? So don't feel like if you're only going to get 4 hours of sleep, so be it. Hopefully you'll then fall asleep earlier and start getting on track, going to sleep earlier and waking up earlier. Look, I don't know everything. I don't claim to know everything, but what I do know is that like 80% of people who've become self-made millionaires and such typically wake up between like 4 and 5 a.m. Now look, that fact might be a little bit misconstrued, but what I'm telling you is the ones that are waking up before the world wakes up, those are the ones that are typically reaching those goals and getting things done. And look, you don't need to be an entrepreneur to implement this. It can be anyone or anything, but just try it. Try it. I challenge you to try it, and I'd love to see what happens for you. Let me know in the comments below. Talk to you in a bit. Bye-bye.